Now let's talk about the backstories of the finance and finance around part 5. Now let's talk about Arian. Now Arian's backstory is that Arian is the youngest of the finance, being 15 years old, being only 15 years old. Now Arian, he comes from a family of finite lineage. Now his father was a finite, but his mother was a fine however his mother was a financitress. Now Arian, he actually has an oldest sister as well as an older half brother from his from his from a relationship that his father had with another financitress before he had met Arian's mother. Now for Arian, his relationship with his now for Arian, he begins training at the age of 10. So by the time of Fantasy, he's not really a full fighter. He's still a rookie fighter. And his training really hasn't. He's only been trained for 5 years. And he's only trained for 5 years. So he is extremely. So he's a bit of a work. So he's quite the rookie when it comes to being a fighter. However, being a younger son of a fighter kind of gives him more of a positive, kind of optimistic view of going on adventures across the galaxy versus Gargus's much more cynical and much more drill sergeant, much more tougher drill sergeant like manner, and it's much more kind of more jaded, kind of somewhat jaded mindset. So I mean, he's the most optimistic of the finance. He doesn't really view anything as anything severely serious. However, he does take me in finance as seriously as possible, as much as serious as possible. However, he doesn't really view. But due to his youthfulness, he's often more naive and much more optimistic. He's often kind of heart of the finance. Often kind of pulling kind of childish pranks on the finance. Much of Gargus's much the annoyance of Gargus and the kind of tenderness of Gailani are often they're often views as almost like a second sister to him. Often and Gailani often viewing Orion as like yet. And Orion, his mother was a financitress, but however, Orion is also the nephew of on top of Orion's Orion also has an aunt who is a financitress as well. In fact, almost all of his whole family was largely finite heritage.